Hey everyone, it's Elise. Welcome back to the channel where I love to talk about all things personal finance. And today we are going to be talking about 4 money questions to ask ourselves about having a millionaire mindset. Mind you, I said ourselves and not just yourself because I recently did this exercise when it became introduced to me. Now, last week I came to y'all with some tea about how I had to sell my car that was edging on the side of raggedy because it kept wanting money out of me, and I said absolutely no sir, no ma'am. Quite recently, I came to realize that that decision was based upon being aligned with a millionaire mindset that I subconsciously knew I had, but I never came out and said it that way, that I do things because I have a millionaire mindset. This is something that was introduced to me by another YouTuber that I like to watch. She's not really a personal finance person. She's more about just day in the life of, or talking about her personal experience because she's an attorney and she's more specifically a content attorney. Regardless, if you want to check her out, her name is Cameron Monet, Cameron with a K, and she brought up these 4 particular questions that she was made to answer for herself to kind of get an idea of where she stood on money and why she feels the way about money. And in regards to my decision to sell my car, answering these questions helped me come to the conclusion that it really came down to 2 things. The first one is that you got to get rid of dead weight when you are trying to reach millionaire status. And then the second thing is we only focus on building actions and not actions that are repairing, and definitely not actions that are bringing us down. If it is building, that leads you to that millionaire status. And that is what we should be focused on if we have the millionaire mindset. I don't know why I'm putting here. The mindset. But if it is bringing us down, it's got to go. And consciously now I know that's why I was able to come to that decision quickly, because it was bringing me down and it was going to bring me further down away from my goals. So I'm going to be sharing these 4 questions because I think doing this is helpful it was helpful to me, so I am pretty sure it's going to be helpful to you. And there are 2 things that I think it particularly helps with. The first one is it helps you know how you feel about money and where you stand with it. And then the second thing that is helpful is that it helps you to be aware of how you move through life, particularly with your money. So I'm going to take this time right now to go through the questions with you. And while you are thinking about your answers, I'm going to share mine with you because I do not mind sharing my answers. And I do realize that some of them are personal. That's why you have the luxury of not sharing if you don't want to. You can always share them in the comments, but if you don't want to, that's fine too. So I'm going to look at my notebook really quick. Before I do that though, please like this video, it's free. Please subscribe to this channel, it's free as well. Let's get to the questions. All right, so number 1 is, how do you feel about money? While you're answering that for yourself or you're pondering, I'm gonna go with saying that the first thing that comes to mind when I say, how do I feel about money, is there's never enough. And now I realize that that probably means I have some scarcity mindset going on still about money, but I mean, that's the honest truth. Even right now, I don't feel like there's necessarily enough. Was there a time in my life where I felt it was? For a short time, probably about 7 years of my life, and I'm 37. Other than that, it's kind of like, yeah, no, there's not enough. There could be more. I also feel when asked that first question, I also can say that it's just a tool. It is a tool that is used to navigate life, nothing more and nothing less. And I say that because even though I talk about money a lot and people may think that I'm money focused, I also think that money is kind of the root of all evil, and there are certain things I am not willing to do for money. That's why I know it just to be a tool that I need to navigate through life, but I don't see it as anything like I just love it so much. No. I'm just trying to have enough, I guess, to not feel like it is scarce in my life. Question number 2. How do you feel about people with money? I can say that while you're trying to answer this yourself, I feel like money is either going to expose the goodness that was already inside of you, or it's going to expose the badness that was inside of you. I don't innately feel that rich people are bad people. I don't think that. I mean, if you're a bad person and rich, you would go be bad poor. And there are a lot of bad poor people as well as a lot of good poor people. So I just think money highlights the goodness or the badness that was already inside of you. Question number 3, why do you want more? For me, while you guys are thinking about it, I say I want more because I want peace. And I don't mind saying and being vulnerable enough to say that there's just nothing like having money in your bank account that you know is going to go towards your bills. When you don't have that, you don't have financial peace. You may have other types of peace, but that's what I want. I want to just have that peace of mind that it's all good. I also want to say to question number 3 is that I want to do more in my community, and that's why I want more money. Dave Ramsey is someone that I have a nuanced relationship with, but once you get to the end of his baby steps, I believe you're in the area where you can give like you've never given before. And realizing when I have gone through this transition in my 30s career-wise, I was trying to do that up front. It didn't work out. So I'm like, okay, if it didn't work out, I still want to do it. I'm putting it on the back burner, but I still have the desire to help my community in a way that I feel that I am particularly skilled in doing so. Now, what I'm going to focus on is getting that money up front, making sure my house is okay so that I can give like I've never given before. Question number 4, why not you? And while you're answering that question, this one I found the easiest for me to answer. And I just like, because why not me? I don't feel like for some reason it can happen to everybody else but me. I actually feel the opposite. Like, yeah, no, I can absolutely do that. And if you are someone who answers that question like, oh, I don't know, you just don't think it can be you, I am here to tell you as your personal cheerleader, because that's also a talent I have. I am like a positive Polly and I know how to cheer people on. It can absolutely be you. When you see someone who is wealthier than you and you're like, do they have something that you have or they may deserve it more than you? None of that is true. They don't deserve it more than you and they don't have something you have. We all have something in us that can allow us to get to where we want. So if you want money, something is inside of you to get the money. Please remember that. It's not a situation where it's only reserved for some people. No, it's reserved for all who want it. And if you want it, it's absolutely in your grasp to get it. Now you're gonna have to do some work, but it can absolutely be you. So yeah, that's it guys. Those are the 4 money questions that help you understand your millionaire mindset a little bit better. I found these questions very helpful, and honestly, a few of them were game changers to me, especially as far as like figuring out why having money in my bank account is particularly important and how I feel about money. Now I understand more why I have been making the decisions that I'm making and why I want to continue doing it so I can better my community later. Let me know in the comments if you are willing to share some of the answers to the questions that you came up with, and I will see you guys next week.